This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. He's back! The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Life, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Weeby Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sansei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, B&D Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Welcome into a Monday edition of Sports Scene. As you listen on WRUF, Charlie's going to produce the broadcast today. Don't forget, today is the inaugural baseball, softball show. Jeff Cardozo and I will do that, the On Deck show, beginning at 1 o'clock today and every Monday. Doesn't mean we can't talk a little of that today, because we certainly can. First of all, I almost went over in my picks for basketball. Yeah. I picked UConn to win. They didn't. I picked Michigan to win. They did. But it wasn't a real great picking weekend. And you know what? I want to know who you're picking tonight. I had no idea on the women's side, UCLA would just blast South Carolina yesterday. I mean, they just destroyed them. And then the whole Geno, Dawn Staley thing. You know, look, it's pretty hard to quibble if you're Connecticut with their two coaches. I mean, if you combine what they've done, it's amazing. But, you know, if you're not in stores, maybe some other things. And isn't it interesting? All these coaches that supposedly have been reached out to by North Carolina, they can't get a coach. The University of North Carolina can't get a coach. And you know what always gets me? Immediately, athletic directors freak out, as if there's no coach who could ever replace the one you have. Nate Oates just got a new contract at Alabama. Okay? I think Iowa State's coach got a new contract. And I'm not saying, as an athletic director, Arizona, Tommy Lloyd, right? Got a new contract. But it's funny when another school comes knocking at the door. Oh, I gotta sign this guy. Now, what if Carolina went after Todd Golden? You would be freaking out. And you would say to Scott Strickland, get the checkbook out. Sign him. So I get it. I mean, I get it. And then I want to credit, I got the idea of doing this, and I started poking around, and I'm going to credit CBSSports.com for coming up with the actual numbers. But it's pretty amazing when you look at what has happened at UConn, despite all the nonsense, okay? I'm talking about the men's side. Look at his record. If Hurley wins another championship, they're going to play for their third national title in the last 4 years. He may be a jackass, I'm sure Connecticut fans love him, but that's pretty good. I mean, I think any school would take that. And that's what he's going to do. So, like him, hate him, whatever, he has done a tremendous job. I'm rooting for Michigan because of Dusty May, with a Gator tie here. And he has done a remarkable job there. But I want to know who you got tonight. It's going to be one of those days today. It's starting to get that way now because spring ball is going to come to an end Saturday. Haven't really talked much about that, but again, it's spring ball. And baseball was tough this weekend. I'm sure Jeff and I will talk about that on the On Deck show, but Florida had a chance to win that series and didn't. But here's something interesting. Mississippi State had just swept Ole Miss, and they were at home again facing Georgia, and guess what Georgia did? They went into Starkville and swept them. And guess who Florida plays next? In Athens. So will they be, full of themselves or whatever? I don't know. And, of course, tomorrow we go to Tallahassee. Interesting week for the Gators. We'll have that game tomorrow at 6:25. Gators softball took 2 out of 3. I actually had somebody stop me the other day and said this quote to me. What's wrong with Gator baseball and softball? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, what's wrong with Gator softball and baseball? I said, yeah. I said, it's really tough. Softball's in the top 10 and baseball's in the top 25. Man, it's rough around here. And I kind of laughed. He didn't laugh. He looked at me. And he said, I'm serious. You do baseball. What's wrong with baseball? And so we had about a 10-minute conversation, and I proceeded to say, Florida's had some issues in the bullpen. They've had guys hurt. I said, but softball, I don't know what you want. And he said, well, it's the pitching. Okay, but look at their record. Keegan Rothrock is not going to blow you away a lot of times, but she wins, just like yesterday, right? I think she gave up 4 runs, but they won. So it's a little tough. Don't forget, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio today, remember, pool enclosures, businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they can do it all for you. Full color systems, fully programmable right from your phone. Find out more online, GatorTrimLight.com. They are good people and know what they're doing. We are also fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see them in person. When you do, you know what to do. Tell them Sports Scene sent you. And our phone calls brought to you by Titan MRI and Imaging. 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better. Same-day scheduling available. Find out more, TitanMRI.com. Let's get to Chris. Chris, welcome.
Hey, Steve-O. After tonight, it's going to be a long 3 months for me for sports. I care a little bit about the NBA playoffs, but once college football and college basketball is not around, I go into a deep, dark cave where I don't care about anything until like August.
Yeah,
so
it's long for guys like me too, because of guys like you. But I get it.
I know. But you like baseball, so you have some enjoyment. So,
yes.
I just want to brag on my bracket for a second. I got 3 out of 4 right. I had Michigan,
good.
Illinois, and UConn.
Okay.
I am currently on ESPN's bracket. I am 733,000 out of 26 million. So I'm in the top 1% in the country, and I am eligible for their $150,000 all-state drawing.
Very nice.
So I got a chance. Not saying it's going to happen, but I got a chance. So I had Michigan. After like the 5th game of the year, I remember texting my dad and brother and saying Michigan's the best team in the country. And I'm going to stand by that. So UConn plays hard. I think it'll be a good game, but I just didn't see anybody that played all 3 levels of the game better than Michigan this year. So I took a guess on Illinois, but proud of my brackets this year, so I just want to call and brag. Thanks,
yeah,
Steve.
okay. Thank you, Chris. It's okay to brag. I mean, an old friend used to tell me, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. And that's pretty good. I'm sure you heard Liv McGill and others in the portal. Now, that does not mean you stay there. Remember that. That does not mean you necessarily stay there. And it's going to be up to the new coach to come and try to do some convincing. By the way, did you see this? Ben Shelton won a doubles title at an ATP tournament. Congratulations to him for doing that. And then, let's see here. I got another. Oh, gymnastics. How about them? Winning the Tempe Regional. They'll now go to the NCAAs. And they not only won it, but they just dominated it. 198.05. It's their 5th straight 198 or better score. So they are on a hot streak, right? That's a new program record, by the way. Didn't know that. Georgia also advanced. And again, Florida has now advanced. I did gymnastics public address announcing for, I think, 13 years. And I saw some really good gymnastics, Rhonda Fain, that whole thing. But Florida has advanced to the NCAA championship for the 42nd time in the 44-year history of the event. Think about that. I don't know that any other sport on campus has A, that longevity, and B, that consistency. Think of that. That is crazy. Now, LSU is going to go. Stanford's going to go among some of the other teams. But congratulations, as they certainly deserve that and have performed very, very well. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then hopefully you'll talk some sports, won't you? I'd like that. As you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Lucas Perez. Standout Florida women's guard Liv McGill announced she's entering the transfer portal in a recent Instagram post. McGill led Florida in scoring in 2026, averaging 22.5 points per game en route to All-SEC first-team honors, as well as engraving her name in the program books. Her unfortunate departure shrinks Florida's big three to a 2 and leaves a big space on both ends of the court. On another note, number 7 Florida softball team secured a weekend series win over number 16 Mississippi State from April 3rd to April 5th at KDC's Holt Presley Stadium. The Gators won the opener 2-0 and the finales 5-4 on a walk-off, while the Bulldogs took Game 2 9-5.
Thomas slowly hit to short, throw coming home, it is not in time! Townsend Thomas wins it, and the Gators, pending a review, walk off the series against Mississippi State.
The Gators look to host the USF Bulls this Wednesday.
Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45 plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, and fun.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hey, Gator baseball fans, here's a win you can taste. When the Florida Gators take home a victory at Condren Family Ballpark, you win too at Miapa Latin Cafe. The day after every home win, swing by and score a free Cuban coffee, hot or iced, your choice. Just bring your game ticket to any Miapa location and claim your reward within 24 hours of the win. It's that simple. Gators win, you win. Only at Miapa Latin Cafe, serving Gator fans for over 20 years. Play ball!
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Connecting with WRUF at Sports Scene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardoso live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube, or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
Your only home for Gator baseball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, your home for Gator sports.
One of the things we are going to try to do, remember, you heard my first caller today. He said it's going to be a long 3 or 4 months for me. And I know a lot of you feel that way because there's no football, there's no basketball, so by God, there's no sports. Anyway, we are going to try to do this. Actually, 3 things. One, we're going to try to get some guests, as we have, to talk NBA and National Hockey League when the playoffs roll around. B, we'll get some people to talk NFL draft, even though a lot of you probably could care less. But I think there are a lot of people out there that do not call or email that do care about it. And we'll focus on the Florida teams as well. Matter of fact, Mike DeRocco tomorrow is going to join us to talk about the Jags. And then I'm going to take a look at Florida's SEC opponents in football for the upcoming season and try to get a guest on from those schools to talk their spring practice. Tomorrow, longtime Ole Miss play-by-play man Harry Harrison will join the show. So that's just to get through what's going to start to be the dog days here. If you got any Facebook Live questions or courtesy of Russo over State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville, North Central Florida for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, where Coach Spurrier does his banking, serving our community for 90 years. And all the emails, srussell@wruf.com, courtesy of International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators, carrying a tremendous assortment of wedding bands, watches, fine jewelry. International Diamond Center. D, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Steve? Talk about the Final Four and the ladies. Yeah, Steve, I was right about UConn, Illinois, but I couldn't have been more wrong about Arizona and Michigan, man. Michigan put something on them, man. They were very disruptive defensively. Bradley got those 3 fouls early. That kind of took him out of the game, and I just think Michigan's size just overwhelmed them. I hadn't seen Arizona get punked like that physically all year long, but, man, Michigan, has something for them. Even that's without, basically Ludenberg giving them, anything because he got hurt. But, Trey McKinney, Gale Jr., even Cadeau hit some. Was Cadeau hitting shots, man? You could forget it. So that was just an overall butt kicking from Arizona for Michigan the other night.
Yeah, that's the only game I got right, which is really weird. But yeah, I mean they have kind of a system there, and where UConn, for example, kind of really relies on Reed a lot. I mean, they have a really good player, but other guys are really capable on that team of stepping up, as you just mentioned. And I think of the 4 teams that were left, I think Michigan had the best at that, where other guys could step up and beat you.
Right, and I like them tonight, even though, Lundenberg, I think he's going to be, hampered tonight, man. I just don't see him making that big of a recovery in one day's rest. But Michigan, if Illinois had just one more guy that could make some buckets, man, I think they would have beat UConn because UConn just couldn't slam the door on them, and they left it open. But Illinois, so I don't think UConn's going to have enough firepower for Michigan tonight.
Well, if they win it, it's going to be because of their defense. I'm with you.
Right.
I think the higher scoring the game goes, D, the more that favors Michigan.
Yep, I agree. As far as the ladies, Steve, I thought UConn would win it, but, they just ran, South Carolina, what Gino did try to do to Dawn was intimidate her and try to punk her the way Dawn Staley's team punked UConn on the court. And, he couldn't take it, Steve, because, he thought it was going to be a coronation for him Saturday, going this weekend, going undefeated, win another national championship. He had the 2 best players, but, they didn't show up Friday night against South Carolina. And then to have that, that fake apology, not directing anything at Dawn Staley, because that's who he was upset at. And it was just an embarrassment for him, Steve, because everything he accused South Carolina of, the videotape showed otherwise. So he's just a grumpy old dude who got his butt whipped, and he couldn't take it.
Yeah. Now, he apparently did reach out to Staley, from what reports say, although it was not done publicly as maybe it should have been. But, yeah, that was just, look, he's got to be better than that. You got beat, and, fine. You're a Hall of Famer. You've won all those championships. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be remembered for being a grumpy old man, like you said, so although I can be sometimes. So, and everybody can. But, yeah, he should have done that a lot better.
Yep. Be good, Steve.
Appreciate you, D. Thank you. Hey, Byron, what's up?
Hey, Steve, I love your show, man. D, I love D's calls. So a lot of this, Steve, is opinions, but John Chaney and Calipari had one of those fights way back in the days in my family. It was some of the funny stuff. His wife, my aunt, wouldn't let him come home. But sometimes those coaches, I'm not condoning this, guys, but it's amazing. Those guys really be into that. And he tried to coach and play a little bit, Steve. I don't know what happens to us some nights when we lose, man, but like I say, I hope he don't go down as a grumpy old man because the guy can coach. Steve, I called the other day, but I didn't stay on because I had some company. But I wanted to touch on you were saying about, and you're right, it's more things than just Chinaloo and the basketball team. But our opinion, I think you said this, was the time the Gators were struggling, the pitching and the hits batsmen. This weekend they lost one of those games in the ninth inning or so with, just some great hitting. And I'll flip it to the ladies. They won yesterday, maybe with a walk or two, but they, got some clutch hitting. That's all this going to be this season, even going to Georgia. My opinion, man, you're going to have to have some great pitching and some clutch hitting. I've heard you say that before. Like when you get 2 or 3 men on base, it's hard to get that last one home. That's what makes baseball great. But the Gators going to have to do that. And real quick, Steve, you can comment later. I'm going to keep moving. I'm really looking forward to the NBA. Cooper Flagg, and it's another guy plays for Ken Ripple. I can't say this guy's name, but two great guys to watch, man. I think he's put Charlotte on the map. And the playoffs going to be great. And real quick, Steve, tell me what you might be looking at for the New York Jets if you want to for the draft. I'm into that in Jacksonville, and thanks for DeRocco. I think he said he was on it. If whatever you want to talk about the Jets and what you think they're doing, maybe Tampa Bay or somebody. But I know that's boring, but thank you, Steve. Go Gators.
Byron, thank you. Byron gives me a headache only because I can't think at that pace all the things he brings up and try to answer for him. I really want to try. But look, as far as the Jets, they will draft defense, I think, with their first selection. And the question then becomes, do they go quarterback? And, Alabama's guys talked about. I would not do that. I would not do that unless they think he's just that in a bag of chips. Because – and then, what's the draft like next year? How deep is the quarterback draft next year? They could do that, but I don't think they'll do it with their very first pick. First hour of the show brought to you by Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984. Quality Plumbing, their name says it all. And Domino's sponsors our second hour of the show when we have it, but we don't today because of our baseball show. But remember, they're perfect for lunch or dinner or those late-night cravings. Nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, easy, just a click away. www.gatordominoes.com. We'll take a break, come back. Don't forget, 1 o'clock, Jeff and I have our inaugural baseball, softball show, the On Deck Show, coming up as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Every pitch of Gator baseball, all season long, right here on WRUF, your home for Gator sports.
It's never fun being injured. And with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City. Being pain-free is a short drive away. And they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Gator fans, get ready to raise a glass for a perfect cause. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is teaming up with UF Gymnastics head coach Jenny Rowland to bring you 2 brand new limited time drinks. Feel the heat with the fiery flip or stick the landing with the perfect 10 margarita. And here's the best part. $2 from every drink goes straight to support the Gator NIL Fund. Sip, support, and celebrate Gator greatness. But hurry, these signature drinks are only available for a limited time at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, where Gators come to win. There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Ready to dance? Right now on Hard Rock Bet, new customers get paid double winnings on your first 10 bets, and we'll keep you dancing all tourney with 2 profit boosts for every day of hoops. That's right, all customers can get a parlay profit boost and a live bet profit boost from now till they cut down the nets. Double winnings, daily dancing boosts, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Almoverdi. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Don't forget, if you want to text us a question, it's brought to you by B&D Electric, professional, reliable electrical service you can trust. You can schedule at bdelectric.com. The number, 352-325-3777, and I will do one right now. This was left over from Friday from Monty. I realized the contest for worst song between Tennessee and FSU, that obnoxious Hold the Tiger chant by LSU, deserves consideration. I used to love that. When I was a kid, LSU was on national television, and that came on. That was really cool. He said he had to do it for 3 years while earning my doctorate, still suffering. From CJ, promised there is interest for the NFL draft, at least from me. When it comes to the Jags, first time in franchise history, did not have a first-round pick. How do you think draft philosophy might change with the absence of that? CJ, I'm going to save this because Mike DiRocco, who covers the Jags, is coming on tomorrow, and I will ask him that question for you. Mark, International Diamond Center email, crazy sometimes the extreme somebody will go to when arguing against a rule they dislike. For example, watching Game Day Saturday, almost spit up my coffee when I heard either Seth Greenberg or Calipari say the current basketball eligibility rules put younger players in harm's way. I was like, what? Then they thought about how Flagger just put up 50 the other day for the Mavs versus 30-year-olds. He seems to be doing just fine. This isn't football. Or how about baseball players that are drafted out of high school and sent to face 30-year-old pitchers? Also, Lindenborg from Michigan's 24. How many players this year did he seriously injure? Your thoughts on what they said. I get what they were trying to say, Mark, but I also agree with you. I mean, look, would you rather have, on average, in college, an older player or a younger player? On average, an older player. They're physically more mature. They've seen more. So I get that. But if you're going to tell me that Darius Acuff couldn't hold his own against a 24-year-old, I'm using him as an example, I think he can. But I see the point they were trying to make. Let's go back to our Titan MRI imaging phone line. Daryl, hello.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
I didn't hear the whole show. Tapped in a little late. What's your thoughts on what happened with Coach Gino and Coach Staley? The interactions with them. I just think it was to me, it was a setback, intimidation I saw from Gino, and it's not his first time doing this kind of thing. As they go back and do some history with him and Pat Summitt. You're trying to grow the sport, trying to get the sport, more people to get into women's basketball. And to him to use that, to me, it was more like intimidation. That's what he was trying to do with her. Saying that his player's jersey was ripped, and they showed what I saw. She ripping her own jersey. But he get on these rants that, that's happening to his players. So what's your thoughts on that interaction this weekend?
Two different things there. Coaches get on officials all the time. That's a given, right? Torn jersey, complain about a call. That's part of the gig. But what he did is just bullyish, no place for it. Glad he apologized. Apparently reached out to her personally to do so, even though, she didn't react to it very well early on, but I understand why. But there's just no place for that. It's bullying, and it takes away from the event itself. I mean, it's the showcase of women's basketball, and that's what you're getting out of it. Some shouting match, some, rant from a guy who's won a gazillion championships. That's just, it's never good, but it's even worse when the spotlight is on the sport like it was.
Right. I got one more thing to that when you said about the apology. To me, he didn't issue apology to Coach Staley. He issued it to the staff and the University of South Carolina.
But it was reported he reached out to her personally to do so. It was reported.
She said that he didn't. That's her on one of the interviews.
Yeah.
That she hasn't heard
I
from
think
him.
later that changed, but
okay. All right. So I just, just like I said, the bullying part, I just, there's no place for that. We especially trying to get the sport. You got so many of the coaches are trying to build it, and working to get the sport, more recognized and, other than this, the people that are really just, into it, just to get it abroad. But anyway, I appreciate you, Steve.
Yep, thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you. Yeah, no place for that. Let's see here. Got a YouTube question, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. Greg, in my picks for the tournament, I had UF against Michigan. 1 out of 2, ain't bad. I think Michigan will beat UConn. I won't shed a tear for the flea-infested Huskies. Facebook Live question, courtesy of Ruse-Ogre State Farm. James, I'm sad today's our last day as defending national champions. When I think about how much joy that run brought me, it makes me excited for the future of Gator sports. If you had to guess what Florida program's next to hoist a national championship, the way they're competing right now, gymnastics. Now, look, it's what you do on that given day, but that's how it is all the time in sports, right? But right now, they're on a significant roll, and they seem to be peaking at the right time, and you hope, on the right day, they do well. But if you're pointing that to me, I would say they would be next. Let's see. Richard, Gator Baseball Series with Georgia this weekend occurs same time as the Masters. I'm surprised you can't get you can get hotel reservations up there. Are you staying in Atlanta or in Tennessee? No, we're staying in Athens. We're not near the Masters. And remember, those are booked long in advance. So we're staying in Athens, downtown Athens, where we normally stay when we go. BB emails, International Diamond Center email. Didn't expect the basketball games to be almost all lopsided this weekend, but that's why that first weekend of March Madness is usually the most interesting. especially shocked South Carolina's women and Arizona's men were beaten so convincingly. Spring game, what's the format of the game? How much will tickets be? I do not know the format. I don't know how much tickets are. No format? Okay. Yeah, not released yet, right. It will be. That's why. And let's see, what else? And don't forget, no television for that. The only place you can hear the game is on 103.7 The Gator, because here we'll have Gator baseball when they play Georgia. So just remember that as you go about your business this weekend, okay? If you can't go to the game, you want to listen to it, 103.7 The Gator is the place to make that happen, okay? All right. I do have, by the way, some emails that I'm saving because they're baseball related. So I'm going to save those for the On Deck show when Jeff gets here. So I will answer them. So if you don't hear it right away, I'm saving it for that. And we'll also open up emails and such when that show begins as well. So I promise I'll get to all of them. Gainesville, if you're tired of the big banks that don't know your name, meet Bank as Gainesville's only local bank. Locally owned and operated, over 350 years of combined experience, here to help neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anybody can cash a check with them. Anybody. No extra charge. 7515 West University Avenue is where they are off of Tower Road. Member FDIC. And want to welcome a new sponsor to the show. Please welcome Sensei Asian Bistro to the Sports Scene sponsorship family. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point. Next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. Gainesville, this isn't a drill. The premier date night spot has arrived. We welcome them to our Sports Scene family, Sensei Asian Bistro. Let's get a couple of calls and emails here. Tomorrow on the show, by the way, we will start talking NFL draft. Mike DeRocco is going to be here to talk about the Jags from ESPN. And then I'm going to start talking as much as I can with Florida's upcoming football opponents for the season and get some info on their springs. Harry Harrison, longtime voice of Ole Miss, will join us tomorrow. And then Marcel Louis-Jacques, who covers the Dolphins for ESPN.com, will join us Wednesday to talk about the Dolphins and their draft. Let's go back to our phone line here. Don, hi.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, I just heard a guy and the price of a ticket. Are they charging to go to the spring game?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, yes.
Oh, I didn't. I know I've been going to it for years and always for free, so I was wondering. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Don. That was the easiest question I'll get all day, probably. But yeah, I mean, look, you know, one thing is for sure, nothing stays the same. That's just how that works. Bill emails. Was a long, Bill, it's a long email here, but I'll try to synopsize it here. He basically is asking where he thinks Gator baseball, will end up. First of all, they got to get healthy too. They had a lot of guys banged up. Curlin's missed time, Lawson's missed time, Castrayer's missing time. So, they just got to get a little healthier. And look, it's good to have, bench depth the way they have had. And their pitching, which I still think is a strong suit, just has to get a little more consistent. So there you are. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Final segment. Then we'll start our baseball, softball show when Jeff rolls in. We'll, again, open the phone lines for that as well, emails, etc. As you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Rebecca Ben Ezra. This morning in Florida women's basketball, star players Liv McGill and Layla Reynolds entered the transfer portal. The Gators are losing their highest-ranked recruit in Florida program history, making this a significant loss for the Gators moving forward. Florida baseball is coming off a setback of its own, falling 5-2 to the Rebels this past Sunday, a loss that dropped them out of the NCAA top 25. Coach O'Sullivan knows what went wrong.
We're out with 2 starters, but next man step up type mentality. And then we got through the 8th, but there's a couple 3-goal counts. And honestly, just fell apart the night.
The Gators head to number 5 Florida State tomorrow night, with coverage starting at 6:55 on WRUF. Florida softball plays USF for the second time on Wednesday at 7 p.m. at home.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
We all know the most exciting thing that can happen during a baseball game is a grand slam. Leave it to Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and the Florida Gators to make it even more exciting. This year, at any SEC home game here in Gainesville, if the baseball or softball team hits a grand slam in the 4th inning, someone will win a 2-year lease on a brand new 2026 Chevy Trax. It's happened before. Will you be the next to win? Davis Gainesville Chevrolet and the Florida Gators. Now that's a hit.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Hey, it's Steve Russell. Join me and my baseball broadcast partner, Jeff Cardozo, every Monday at 1 p.m. for the On Deck Show.
Lawson sends it out to left center field. This ball's hit pretty well. It's traveling, and it's going to get out of here.
We'll talk Gator baseball, Gator softball.
Shoemaker's swing sends one high, deep right center field. At the wall, it's out of here.
And of course, Major League Baseball as well. We'll see you every Monday at 1 for the On Deck Show on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and on the WRUF mobile app.
When you're ready to stop renting and start building something that's truly yours, when you're ready for that backyard barbecue, that front porch swing, or a place where the holidays finally feel like home,
Radiant Credit Union is ready too. Right now, we're offering a special low mortgage rate with flexible terms, fast approvals, and guidance for every step of the way. So when you're ready to make your move, let's get started. Radiant Credit Union. Visit radiantcu.org and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Winds will continue to be out of the northeast, so we will keep the breezy conditions and a passing shower in the forecast, at least for the next couple of days. Lows tonight will drop down into the upper 50s, with highs tomorrow only reaching the lower 70s. It certainly will be a break from the oppressive heat, but rainfall accumulations will still be on the minimal side. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Andrew Wolfak.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
International Diamond Center email Mike says getting rid of the basketball head coach, women, has cost two great players. You get what you pay for. Floors at the bottom in program spending. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. Again, we'll take quick about 4 or 5 more minutes here. 3928255. Don't forget all of our sponsors, courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law, the only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. And many thanks to Quality Plumbing and Domino's for sponsoring today as well. Because, again, it's going to be just sports scene till 1 o'clock, and then on deck at 1 to 2 o'clock. That'll be each Monday during the season. We are going to talk a little bit of MLB, and it's been kind of interesting. Tony Vitello was already ejected from a game with the Giants. Not shocking when it comes to that. And look, you're not going to judge anything by 9, 10 games. The Rays are below 500, and the Marlins are in first place in the National League East. I mean, let's again, I get it. And then the couple of other surprises. Jack Caglione is hitting over 300. He's not hitting for power yet, but he's hitting over 300, last I saw. And that's certainly good for him, considering the year he had last year. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 3 games over 500. The Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah. Tony Vitello's team is in last place in the National League West. They are 3-7. And the Cleveland Guardians snuck into the playoffs last year. They lead the Central. And the Yankees are the Yankees, 7-2. No other team in the AL East is above 500. The Yankees already have a 3-game lead. And we played 10 games, whatever it is. We'll talk more about that coming up. But there's a lot of teams, and maybe it's parity early on here, but a lot of teams are between 4-6 and 6-4. The Brewers, they're an amazing franchise. They traded away their best pitcher, and they're 7-2. Yeah. And that division, everybody but the Cubs are above 500. David, hello.
Hey, Steve, I got a quick question. I was out of town last week, and I was trying to find out what the situation is with the 3 big guys from the basketball team.
No change.
Has anybody said what they're going to do?
No, not yet.
That's what I thought. Didn't Alex go to the actual NBA preview camp or whatever last year and then just pulled out after the fact? Didn't he do that?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Has Tommy announced if he was going to do that?
There's been no announcement made.
He was in Ocala this weekend with Coach Golden playing golf down here at Golden, Ocala.
Uh-huh.
Friends of mine got pictures with him. And there's just a lot of rumors circling around that these guys might come back and have a little more fun in college. What do you think?
Well, I know that's wishful thinking for Gator fans. That's for sure. But look, is it possible? Sure. You know, fun in college versus, you know, it's changed. It used to be players couldn't wait to get to the league. I can't wait to get to the league. Can't wait to get to the league. Well, the league is still there, right? And it also implies when you get to the NBA, you don't have fun. I mean, you can have fun in the NBA, but I get it.
Sure.
I mean, you know, is it possible? Sure, it's possible. But, you know, unfortunately, going to have to wait and see.
The collective, or whatever it's called now for the NIL for University of Florida, is there a dollar amount on basketball? Do we know?
A dollar amount on basketball? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, do they have a budget of $18 million to spend or $20 million?
I'm sure they have a budget.
Basketball?
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure they have a budget.
Okay.
Yes, every program does.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. Because I heard some unbelievable numbers last year that Kentucky's was $22 million, and I think one of the highest was Indiana. They were $32 million, and they didn't get into the NCAA tournament.
Well, it just goes to show you, money doesn't necessarily buy you a championship, necessarily. But it helps.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Appreciate it, David. Thank you. Bernard, quickly, got to get some basketball. Go.
Pocatelli, I'm a Giant fan. They're going to finish 81-81. I don't know why they keep running through those coaches. Steve, we saw it with the golf program. Maybe, hopefully, gymnastic program is on a run now and lead to a championship, because I've talked to Jenny Rowland. It couldn't happen to a nicer person. Steve, the two girls are gone, Steve. Bad basketball team. I actually thought Leah McGill was a talented player who was poorly coached by Kelly Ray Friendly. Steve, you take care and have a great day, okay?
All right, thank you. Well, sometimes when you have a coaching change, that happens. And again, I'm not saying they're going to do this, but you can go in the portal and then decide you want to come back. That's happened before, too. That's our first hour. The On Deck Show, the premiere edition. Jeff and I will talk some baseball, softball, MLB, etc. with you. That's coming up next as you listen on WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com, and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
March is here. It's time to go big with a new 4K TV or projector from Electronics World, so you can catch every slam dunk, three-pointer, and buzzer beater. Electronics World has the best names in the business: LG,